Welcome, how's everyone doing today? I'm doing great, hope you guys are doing well as well. Let's get into this. Should you buy Overwatch in 2022? Overwatch has recently gained a lot of traction due to Overwatch 2 beta being released, and well, the beta hasn't exactly been received positively because it does look like Overwatch 1.2, but because of that I've seen a lot of people asking if Overwatch, the original, is even worth buying in 2022, and I've been playing it quite a bit since the start of 2022, so here we are. Let's find out if Overwatch is a game you should buy in 2022. This was a little tough to review since Overwatch is clouded in mixed opinions of masterpiece and absolute hatred, so check out other reviews other than mine to make your decision. So let's get this right out of the way. Overwatch 2 isn't releasing until 2023, so there's still plenty of time to hop in the original and put some hours in, and when you buy Overwatch, all the PvP stuff from Overwatch 2 will be available to you free of charge. That being said, most of us haven't played Overwatch 2, so we have no idea if the changes they are making will actually be good for the game in the end. We'll have to wait and see, but right now I want to focus on the original Overwatch, and so far it does look to be the more fun game compared to Overwatch 2, but once again we'll have to wait and see. So let's talk player base first, so you know you're not buying a dead game. Overwatch is far from dead. It may not have the Twitch viewers salivating for content from XQC or Seagull or any of them, but the actual player base is still alive from what I have played. For the most part, they aren't too toxic apart from me. I'm a toxic Hanzo main who will ruin your game for sexy headshots. I have no shame in saying that. Probably because I'm going to be permabanned soon anyway. But even so, I still think Overwatch in its current state is so much better than what it was when Brigitte or Goats was a thing, and for those who don't know, the character Brigitte, or Brigitte, whatever you want to call her, was broken, and the Goats team comp was incredibly difficult to counter, but after playing Overwatch since January, I do feel like Overwatch is in somewhat a good state. I still think the best time to play Overwatch was late 2016 or early 2017 when everyone was learning the metas and characters and it was just a load of fun, but as the years have gone by it's become a much more competitive game, especially in higher ranks with the changes, because now you can't pick multiple McCrees and multiple Hanzos. That changed quite early on, but I still think that was the most fun I've ever had in Overwatch because, you know, you can actually mess around and pick different characters, but you can still do that in specific game modes, especially custom game modes, but we'll get to that in a bit. The gameplay, at least in the competitive mode, is pretty much perfect for any playstyle you like. You have healers, DPS and tanks suiting all the ways people like to play FPS games. You can go Reinhardt and protect your team while also being able to rush in and do some more damage, or you can take Sombra and flank the enemies, picking off the healers like a silent assassin. I can't list all the characters for the sake of time, so I'll just say some of the characters are heavily favoured over others from teammates most of the time. You'll rarely see a Sombra main simply because her DPS potential is limited when compared to Soldier 76, which is the Call of Duty character. So, you know, if you're a Call of Duty player, you've got your Call of Duty character right there. The gameplay overall though is incredibly satisfying no matter how you play. I don't think I've played a game where getting a one-tap headshot with someone like Hanzo feels so good. I can't describe why it feels so good, but it just does. CSGO is similar in a sense, but the sound of hitting that shot with McCree or Hanzo, etc, just nothing beats it for me. It's so satisfying, man. It's so satisfying. Just pew, 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 and they're all die. Oh, mate, it's so good. If you do play this game, you're gonna know what I mean. You have ranged, close quarters and mid-range gameplay options so you can attack players in any way you really like, but remember your healers are the backbone to winning games. Don't ignore them or they will ignore you. That's the rules they made. Don't ignore your healers, please. Your healers are the backbone. If you leave your healers to die, you're gonna die. It's just the way it is. Surprisingly, healers are actually quite fun to play as long as you have a team that will protect you, so if you are the type to hang back and help your mates in games, support is the way to go, and you have a variety of characters that support your playstyle as a healer, which is really nice. I don't think Blizzard gets enough credit for making support actually fun to play, although it is a game, so if it isn't fun, why would it be in the game? So I guess that point is kind of unnecessary, but it's nice to have a healing type character actually be fun to play like Ana. So if you like shooting things, play Ana, because you can heal while shooting. It's great. It's a good character. Maps for the most part are great and balanced. I really don't have a map I dislike, and this is because there's only 3 game modes overall, unless you play custom game modes. One game mode has a team protecting the payload that is constantly moving through the map, and the others are basically hardpoint where you need to defend or capture 2 zones. Some maps can feel more sided to defenders or attackers, but both teams switch in every game, so you do get an equal chance to exploit those advantages, so you don't really feel like you're being fucked over basically, because you do get a chance to play the other team, which is nice. So the maps overall are pretty balanced. There are a couple that can be a bit annoying every now and then, but overall it's pretty good. If you're enjoying this video, smash the like button. We're at 9,940 subscribers now, which is just insane. We're so close to 10k. Thank you all for the support. You also have arcade mode, where you can jump into custom game modes made by other players, or some of the weekly modes that get released but are repeated now due to support being ditched for Overwatch 1. I don't play them very often myself, as I usually hop in competitive because it's more intense and gratifying to win in my opinion, but that's also why I rage a lot of the time. So in 2022, content unfortunately has stopped being added. You get what you buy these days, and obviously Overwatch 2 is out in about a year, so more content like that will be added. That will almost change the way the game plays completely, due to being 5 versus 5 rather than 6 versus 6, so there's that. Overwatch in its current state is fairly balanced, but there is still some cheese every now and then. But when you do face a team comp that feels overwhelming, the key is to switch and counter them. So if you're facing a really good DPS team, switch to double shields, or like I tend to do, switch to Hanzo and one-tap them all and piss them all off. I love Hanzo, I'm sure you can tell. Please pick Hanzo more often. The one-taps feel really good. I don't care if your team don't like Hanzo. You can still be a good DPS as Hanzo. That myth has been destroyed over the years. Hanzo is really good. He's a good pick. Please, leave me alone. I want to play Hanzo. Overwatch is not a flawless game. You will burn out eventually, but by then, if you do start playing Overwatch today, Overwatch 2 should be out by then to switch things up. I do recommend, if you want to get the absolute best experience out of Overwatch, you get some friends to play with, if you can. Not all of us have friends these days. It's kind of sad, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, get some friends if you really want to enjoy this game to its absolute maximum ability to entertain you. But matchmaking is still there. You can still have a good time with it if that's the way you go. Overall, I do think Overwatch is worth buying on sale in 2022. Try to get it for a bargain and go in expecting a steep learning curve, but once you get used to it, you will lose a lot of hours playing Overwatch. Thank you for watching.